This is Russ. Yeah, I'm back out on the road again. Yeah, what's the time right now? Let's try to flip my watch over to see the time. Let's just check on the cell phone here. 12:27 p.m. Yeah, it had rained this morning. So if you look on the ground, you might see that it is kind of wet. But I felt that it was dry enough to take the bike out. You know, when it's totally wet, I don't like it kicking up all over on my bike. Then I got to clean it after that, so I don't like that. So what am I riding today? Let's angle a little bit so you can see this thing. Look at that, that thing's red. How many red bikes do we have here? We have two, actually. What is this one? Well, let's get past here first. This one is the euphree Stellar Falcon Midstep model. Yeah, euphree gave me two of these, remember? Yeah, and then our friends from Next E-Bikes out in Bolingbrook, Illinois, actually drove them to my home and dropped it off for me. So thank you so much to them, Nick and Alejandro, friends out there, for doing that. They did me another favor too. Let me tell you about the favor. I ended up selling two of my e-bikes to, let's go this way, to a relative of mine. And we found that both of the e-bikes needed to have the hydraulic brakes fixed up a little bit. Yeah, each bike had one brake each that had brake fluid that probably had dripped out or did something, because it was really squishy. It didn't have any type of braking ability on the two bikes. One was in the back and the other one was in the front. So I called them and said, hey, how much would it cost to bleed the line and put in some more hydraulic brake fluid in there? So they gave me a price, and so I deducted that off of the sale price to my relative, and then I told him bring it over to them and get that thing fixed up. So they did, and they took care of it for him. So thank you to Next E-Bikes for doing that as a favor to me and to my relatives. I'm sure they'll have a lot of fun riding an e-bike. Yeah, they actually are dealers for several bike brands that I have here. I believe they may be Himiway dealers. I'm just looking at photos that my relatives took and sent to me. I believe they also have lectric, and of course they have euphree, because they were the guys that sent me the euphree bikes. Yeah, they built it for me and brought it over to me. Made my life easier. But yeah, thank you to them. So if you're out in that general area, in the western suburbs of Illinois, of the Chicago area, yeah, go out and take a look at their shop. According to my relative, they have quite a bit of bikes out there. Yeah, you can try some things out. All right, anyway, where are we headed today? I have no idea. Let's turn here. Let's take a left. Take a left, head down this way. And we're going a little faster than I want to go. Let's slow down a little bit here. Change my gears as well. Change my gears, lower the pedal assist. I'm pedaling now. Let's lower the gear one, make it easier. Why suffer? Why suffer through it? Okay, now we're going slower than I want. Let's go a little faster. So anyway, yeah, the last time I took a bike out, I took out the Himiway A7, as you know, and I was feeling the water hitting me. Yeah, it started to drizzle on me. I did make it back in time, in case you're curious. Made it back in time before anything else major happened. So that's a good thing. Let's move up a gear. I keep getting confused. Some of the shifters are different, you know. But yeah, you want to move up a gear on this one, you hit the back shifter. You want to move down a gear, you hit the front one. Some of them others I think are reversed or something. I don't know. I always get confused. So what else is happening? Well, yeah, I decided to take the euphree out. I haven't ridden the euphree since last year. You know, of course, every single bike I'm taking out now is like I haven't ridden it since last year. But you know, I have two of these things. I have the mid-step version. I have the step-through version. So step-through version is in, what do they call that color? Black plum or something? It's almost like a brownish look, brownish, purplish look. I don't know what you want to call it. And then I've got this red one here. The red one looks really nice, I'm telling you. I mean, they do some really good work on the finish, and also, you know, you don't see any of the welding joints on this thing. It's really done well. And then you got other fun things too, right? All right, let's go pass through here. You've got suspension seat posts on here. You know, you've got you have torque and cadence sensor. I'm on cadence sensor right now, in case you're curious. I decided to make my life a little bit easier today. Got to get my legs back in shape, right? Before I can go do a lot of torque sensor. So you have an option to shift between the two. So we're on cadence sensor right now. I charged up the battery, brought it to 100%, and I figured we'll go for a little ride. Now it doesn't look like it's going to rain again, but you never know. But I'm going to go a little bit further today. I'm kind of tired of hanging around the same neighborhoods around here. Let's go to somebody else's neighborhood. See what they got. See what's out there. Now here's an interesting thing. See this viaduct we're going to go by? They had somebody had put up a applique, I would say, that showed a thing that kind of looked like Banksy had drawn it. They put it over there on the left-hand side. And as we pass here, it's not there anymore. Now I noticed that this year, but it was there last year. So apparently, the city probably just said, nope, can't have that up there. And I think that guy, I don't know if he decided last minute to make a right turn or not. I thought for sure he was going to turn left, but he didn't. So anyway, they took it down. Yeah, I kind of liked having that thing up there. But, oh well, what are you going to do? All right, let's take a left over here. Now, there's a lot of things you can do on the Stellar Falcon. There's a lot of functions that the advanced feature has in the menu of the bike. You can, well, you can't, but I can. It's programmable. You know, a lot of these systems can be programmed to do what you want it to do, and so euphree sent me one of the programmers. So I was able to program this bike. This bike, as you may or may not know, was brought to a trade show in Schaumburg, Illinois last year. And so rather than bringing it back, he gave it to Next e-bikes to give to me. But because it was kind of done before the official release of the bike, it had programming that was the older programming. Now the step-through version that he gave to Mrs. Wright, we still have both bikes, was programmed with the latest versions. Well, he did do one slight update after that, but it was programmed differently than this bike. So I kind of said, well, how come this bike reacts a little bit differently? He goes, forgot to tell you. the software got updated. So he sent me the programmer. He actually even gave me a computer because it is a Windows-based system, and as you may or may not know, I use a Mac system, so I couldn't use the programmer. So he sent me a laptop. Yeah, they told me to keep it too. How do you like that? So I got a laptop out of it and a programmer, and then they taught me how to program the bike to bring it up to the current spec. Yeah. It's kind of cool, actually. There's a programming thing there that you can do to do that. All right, let's just stop here. We'll just move up a little bit here. Just gonna move ourselves up. Wait. So, so this is now up to spec as to what the current models are, just simply by software update. Yeah. You know, not all of the bikes have that quick and easy accessibility to do that, but there is an area on the bike you can do it, but you have to have the programmer and you got to know what you're doing. I tried to do it myself. I couldn't figure it out. So, so they had one of the technicians contact me, and he walked me through it. So there you go. And then all the other bikes started coming in, and I wasn't able to ride it that much last year, and so I figured, yeah, I gotta take this bike out. I gotta ride it more often. Haven't given it its fair share. So sorry to euphree for not riding it as much as I would have liked last year, but we'll try our best to ride a little bit more this year with it. All right, let's see. Do we turn here? Let's turn here. Take a left. And by the way, yeah, I do look to see if there's anybody around. Nobody's around, I keep moving. So we won't mention any of that stuff again. Let's go down this way. Let's see what's down this road. We've gone down these areas before, but if you're new to the Russ's Wright channel, it's new to you. Not new to you other guys who have been with me for so long. Thank you for sticking around with me. Hey, you know, a little bit more, we'll hit 22,000 pretty soon. Yeah, we're getting there. Kind of nice. Yeah, we got all these subscribers legitimately. Okay, let's. Do we turn here? I don't know. Let's turn here. Yeah, no help from outside sources other than you guys clicking the like and subscribe buttons. It's a house being sold. You know, the thing is, whenever I'm riding, like I said on the previous video, I do look around. I want to look at this house on the left. It's kind of cool. Look at this one. That's a nice looking house. There's a lot of houses that just don't quite match the rest of the other houses on the street. I think what happens is some of the houses get torn down and then rebuilt, right? They want to keep the land, and then build a house on top of it. You could build a new house on top of it, I should say. So, so they kind of stand out a little bit more than some of the other. Let's go forward here. Than some of the other houses on the block. So no, if you don't ride the streets, you don't know these things, right? I mean, you wouldn't take your car and go up and down the streets, would you? Okay, some people might, but I wouldn't, you know. But with an e-bike or a regular bike, yeah, you get to see things. This is why I kind of enjoy riding on the streets. But like I said on the other video, being in the suburbs of Chicago, you get to see a lot of things without too many cars getting in your way. Now, there are some streets you have no option, where, you know, if you want to get from one place to the other, you have to, let's take a left over here. You have to cross some major streets then. Yeah, I mean, they're not all going to be side streets, right? Some of them aren't. All right. The other thing with these streets too, sometimes they fix, take a look on the road itself. You see that they fixed some patches here. They don't do the whole street, so it's like patchy. The problem with that is if you're rolling over that, sometimes it's kind of bumpy. Yeah, you got to keep your eyes open on the streets because you don't know what you're going to roll over. So what am I wearing today? Well, I have the black sweatshirt on like I always do when it's around this temperature. It's a little bit under 70. It's probably like 67 or so. Got a little bit of wind as well. Let's take a left over here. Got a little bit of wind going on, and so that makes it a little chilly, right? I've got my half gloves on. Always have some type of gloves on. I mentioned this before. Got my X-Needle helmet on. That's always going to be on, right? You got to have some type of helmet on, whether it's X-Needle's brand or some others. The X-Needle one I always wear because it's rated to 28 miles per hour, so it's got some capability. Now I do have another helmet from another brand that is also rated 28 miles per hour. I did a review of that. But I haven't worn it since. I just did the review for it because I thought it was a cool looking helmet, but I still maintain the X-Needle. The reason is because the X-Needle helmet is less expensive than the other one. I don't remember by how much, 50 or 70 something dollars less, something like that. It's, and it is the one that saved me. Yeah, when I fell that one time with the E-trike, right? Yeah, and their policy is if you damage the helmet when you fall, they will replace that helmet with a new one, and they did. Yeah, they did. Of course, X-Needle has been really good. They've given me a lot of helmets. They have Mrs. Wright has a couple of their helmets as well. She hasn't fallen, but they had new colors and things, so they wanted her to try out the new colors, so she has a new one. She hasn't really ridden with that new helmet quite yet. She has it, but she hasn't ridden it. Okay, I take that back. She did ride it once. But she hasn't ridden much since. By the time she got the helmet, season was coming to an end already, so she says, nah, I'm not going to ride anymore this year. So maybe when she comes out for this year, maybe she'll be using it. All right, where are we going here? What's this street say? Do we know this street? I don't know. Let's go forward. I have no idea. We're just gonna keep going. Keep going, we'll eventually find our way back. It's no big deal. We got battery power. Let's pedal some more. Yeah, let's talk about cadence sensor and torque sensors a little bit more. Since we're finding that more of these bikes now are having the option to jump back and forth between the two. A lot of people like the torque sensors, but then again, you'll find people like me who don't have the strongest legs or knees or anything. We tend to like the cadence sensor. It's a little bit easier. I just want to keep my legs moving is the main thing, right? But sometimes you tire out with the torque sensor, and then you either throttle or you don't got anything. So all right, they're letting me through, so I'm going to go. So having the ability to jump back and forth is kind of nice. I've always said that, if you want the exercise, you want to do the torque sensor, do it. And then when you tire out, switch it over to the cadence, all right? Or, like in today's case, my leg's not that strong yet for the season. I'll start out with the cadence sensor. Well, I kill myself, make it easier. Oh, and I'm also wearing my my yellow safety vest. During the winter months, sometimes I haven't had it on, and the reason is because when you have heavy jackets on and everything, sometimes the vests don't fit because the jackets are heavier and bigger, right? So they don't quite make it. But when I'm riding with regular stuff like this on, a sweatshirt, I can do it. So I have the safety vest on, and again on the X-Needle helmet, I have the lights blinking. There's a front light, and then there's a back helmet light, right? The back one is blinking right now. Kind of just gets a little more attention, that's all. Obviously in daylight is not seen as much as if it was nighttime, but I don't really ride too much at night. I'll tell you this, the euphrie's headlight is extremely bright for those who do like to ride at night. Oh, and then on this particular one too, they sent me out the cell phone mount. There's a little clip that's on the handlebar stem. It's part of the system of the euphree bikes. Let's turn here. I don't know where I'm going. So if you get the cell phone holder, this one's designed for my iPhone 15. What is this one called? 15 plus, 15. What is that thing? Max plus, max? I don't know what it is. The big one. Then you can put it on, right? Oh, okay, now I know where I am. Yeah, we shouldn't have done that. We gotta turn around. I'm not going down this major street here. Let's turn around. So I'm just gonna stop and turn the bike. I don't do hard U-turns, as you know. I prefer to just hop off the bike and start up again. To me, it's just safer for me. You gotta do what's safe for you, right? Don't care less what other people do. Do what's good for you. So I have the cell phone mounted on the handlebars. It's kind of cool because it's like part of the bike almost at this point. Their display screen is over on the side, right here. Now let's head back where we came from. So what are we going to be doing for the rest of the year once the riding season becomes the norm for me? Well, we're going to be doing the exact same things we always had done. We're going to be riding and talking. Now, all of the talking for this past winter was done over at the More from Russ channel. So if you're not part of our group over there, you probably haven't seen much of me during the winter months. I've only probably put out like maybe a video here and there for a week or so, a week or 2 weeks even. But once we start riding out again, I'll be on the bike more than I will be anything else. And so we'll be talking about everything from e-bikes to anything I feel like talking about. That's how I've always done it, and that's what I'm going to do again. So we put the other stuff where it had less things to do with e-bikes on the other channel, but that's going to shift over here. Yeah, wherever I'm at is where I spend that time to talk. So since I'll be more on the bike during the season, I'll be talking about other stuff besides e-bikes while biking. But we will be biking, and of course we'll be talking about e-bikes too at the same time. So it'll be kind of a little of everything again on this channel. So what's going to happen to the More from Russ channel? It'll continue. But I'll bring them to other places. Like we did a couple of buffet reviews recently. I brought them out to that. You know, we did other things. And now you might say, well, you did the Volo Auto Museum. You put it on the Russ's Wright channel. That's not e-bikes. That's true. But we started out with the Volo Museum on the Russ's Wright channel. So I felt it's better to stick it back there and finish it on the Russ's Wright channel. Okay. Now, as far as product reviews as well, you know, I did this smartwatch review, and I put it on the Russ's Wright channel. And the reason is because when companies offer me products to review and I decide to do it, they don't offer it on the other channel. The other channel's too new. They offer it to the Russ's Wright channel, so I have to do it on the Russ's Wright channel. So every now and then, you may see some review products. Now, why did I choose the smartwatch? Well, because it has to do with outdoor activities that we do things with. You know, you can track your ride on this thing. You can do, you know, check your blood pressures, you track your pulse rates, all that kind of fun stuff, oxygen levels. So it's a health type product as well as a timepiece. So of course it's going to be under Russ's Wright channel. I have another product that's coming in. that's also a health-related product, and we will feature it again here on the Russ's Wright channel. And the reason is, again, it's health-related. This channel started out as a health-related channel, as you might know, because of my knee replacement. So I'm going to continue to do that, as well as the e-bikes on this channel. Now, for those who are not interested in that, of course, you don't watch it, right? And for those who might have an interest, well, you have a place you can find it. That's all. Easy as that. It's no real big deal. No need to make any major comments about that. But that's what we're going to do again this year. All right. Let's stop here, and we'll cross over when we can. Yeah, nice. Nice to be out. I tell you, it's long overdue. I've been waiting to get outside. Now it's still sniffling a little bit because it's not fully warmed out yet. But this is actually my ideal temperature. As we get closer to the 70-degree area, that's really where I like it to be. Not too hot, not too cold. Nice little breeze, you know, while you're riding. It's ideal. So you gotta take advantage of that. It is really the best time of the year for me to ride. This is a long light, man. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. You know, if it could actually stay this temperature all the time, it'd be great. 70, okay, let's say 70 to 75. If it could stay between that temperature range, it'd be ideal. I recall when I lived out in the San Diego area, if you live near the water, okay, yeah, your temperatures are pretty good, 70 to 80s in that range. As you move inland, it can get kind of hot. You know, for those who know San Diego, if you're out in like El Cajon, forget it, man, it gets hot. It gets real hot. Yeah, but you stay out, you know, if you're near like Pacific Beach or any of those other areas, yeah, not too bad. All right, let's go and turn here. The amazing part is I'm beginning to remember where places are. You know, when I first started on the e-bike stuff and I was riding around these areas, you know, I don't really know the area. I never took my car out and drove around various areas in the area, in the neighborhoods. Now I'm starting to recognize things. That doesn't mean I'm really good at it though. It could easily mean, hey, I still get lost. That's why I always have to have my cell phone with me, first off for emergency purposes, but also in case I need it for a GPS. Yeah, I can get lost easy. I'm not good with directions. Easy to get lost. Let's turn here. What's this street? Yeah, see some other neighborhoods. See what other folks are doing. You know, the thing is, right now, being at, what time is it now? 12:56. Kids are still in school right now. Perfect time to be out. I don't want to be out when the kids are out. Yeah, they get in my way. You want to be out when nobody's out on the road. Then you can own the road. It's all mine. Ride wherever I want, whenever I want, do whatever I want to do. Yeah, Stellar Falcon feels really good. It's got nice handlebar grips. It's a rubberized grip over here, but it's a locking grip, so it kind of stays in place. It doesn't rotate on you or anything like that. I think it's a locking grip, is it? They feel around here. Yeah, I think it's got a thing underneath there. And so you get the palm rest part here, and the rubber part makes it feel really good. You have riding gloves on, makes it even better. Yeah, pretty nice. All right, let's see. We're gonna take a left here. Yeah, too much cross traffic. We're gonna have to wait. Have to wait our turn. Yeah, put a side view mirror on your bike, by the way, if you haven't already done that. Make it easier to figure out if there's anyone's behind you. Without the mirror, you're looking over your shoulder all the time. Don't like doing that. Put a bell on too. If you don't have a bell, get a bell. This one comes with this bell. This bell is kind of cool looking, but it's not the loudest. I think my cheap bell that I usually get for, what was it, $1.73 or whatever, that one's made cheaply, but it's actually a little louder. People have asked me, where do you get that? I got that on AliExpress. You know, I buy like 10 of them at a time, 15 of them at a time. I haven't bought them in a while because I had quite a few. And usually what I do is when I sell my bikes off, I will take the bells off of it. I will take the saddle off of it if I changed it. I will take everything off of it. I bring it back down to the original state because I need those I need those parts for other bikes that'll come in. Otherwise I'll be buying them constantly, right? So I just strip everything back down to the factory setting essentially. But yeah, I bought those on AliExpress and I don't have a link for it. Don't ask me for it because it changes all the time. Different sellers sell it. So one seller might sell it, then they run out, they don't sell it anymore. But some other company will say, okay, they bought a whole bunch of bells and they're trying to sell it now. So the only thing you can do is you can go to AliExpress and check it. Now, how the tariffs affect AliExpress and those other things, I have no idea. I have not bought anything since the whole tariff thing's been going on. So I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen, whether those prices go up or whatever. So you have to check that out yourself because that stuff's coming from China, right? That's why the prices are cheaper, you know. And how that's going to affect the Amazon sellers is another thing too, because a lot of those guys buy from places like AliExpress or Alibaba or whatever, and then they sell it on their own Amazon store. So who knows what that's going to happen to them. So I guess we'll know based on how the Amazon sellers do things. If they start raising prices, then you know it's being sold for higher, or you know, bringing it in it's going to cost them more, so they got to raise the prices on things. All right, we'll just sit here and we'll wait to cross. Yeah, see, now this road here is going to be busy. You know, I wouldn't ride on this road, the crossroad that is, because it's rated for 45 miles an hour, and you know people go faster than that. People will easily do 55. I've seen people do 60 miles an hour down this road. So I don't want to be on the road like that. You try to find other areas you can go around to avoid these type of roads, right? It's always hard here because I'm always on the far right and there's cars that are coming through, but I need to get over to the left to turn, and I can't do that if these cars are still moving forward. So I got to get behind them. You put your arm out and you make sure those guys stop before you turn. You got to watch out for yourself, okay? Because nobody else is watching out for you. Watch out for yourself. All right. Hey, you guys recognize any of this stuff? I do. Okay, well, anyway, I appreciate you guys sticking around with me. Keeps me company. Like I said, it's if I didn't have you guys to talk to, I don't think I'd be riding my bike as much. I really don't think so. I think it'd be a little boring for me. Maybe this is why people ride in groups, so they have people to talk to, but I'd rather talk to you guys. I'd rather be making a video talking to you guys, riding my bike, going where I want, not having to worry about anything. Yeah, what a deal. What a deal. I'm just lucky to be able to do it. All right, anyways, if you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already done so. I appreciate everybody who sticks it out with me. And if you made it to the end of the video, put a comment, let me know you made it to the end. I'm always curious who actually gets to the end of the videos. I'll talk to you guys next time.